And the Bulls, Terry Weimer will throw it up, and the opening tip controlled by South Florida. Quickly to the basket and the layup, up and in to give the Bulls a 2-0 lead thanks to Sam Hines Jr., a 6'6 freshman out of Marietta, Georgia.
Coach Gregory from USF has to be happy they got a transition bucket off the jump ball. This team's not going to score many points. They're just trying to be efficient in some way.
There's your starting five for the Owls. Notice Emmanuel Akpomo making his second straight start. He's only made 2 starts, one against Houston and here against USF. There's an errant shot missed and rebounded by the Bulls as we take a look at their starting five. Caleb Murphy, Kaplan, Walker, Hines, and of course Russell Chiwa. And there's another bucket for South Florida, and the Bulls have opened up with an early 4-0 lead.
Coach McKee needs to come in. He's thinking of coming in this game, trying to get this game pushed a little up-tempo. Even with limited players available, he's trying to push the tempo of this game, get it running gun style.
Jaleel White leaves it off for Damien Dunn, who tries to split a pair of defenders, and as he often does, draws the foul on his way to the basket. He'll get 2 shots.
One of the best in the country, Damien Dunn. Great with getting to the free throw line, drawing contact, and he's actually shooting in the 80s from the free throws, which is a rarity these days in the game of basketball, but Dunn seems to be getting it done.
Damien averaging just under 15 points a game and 83% at the free throw line. Gets there more than any other Temple player. 135 attempts, and he's made 112, and they'll make it 113 as he gets the Owls on the board.
Stopping the bleeding, we call that, Harry. When you got a guy that's able to get to the rim, you get like the stretches, we're not getting many points, getting to the rim, putting the defense on their heels, forcing a foul. It's called stop the bleeding.
Well, he just tightened the tourniquet a little bit. 2 for 2 goes down. A little pressure for the Owls. They beat it with the lob pass to the right side. This is Murphy out there, guarded closely by Jaleel White. Sends it over to Jameer Chaplin. Now penetration by Murphy, no good. And the rebound is picked up by Damien Dunn. Ahead of the pack, Nick Jourdain out of the wing will wait for some help. Gives it over to Asir Miller.
Good transition defense by South Florida, getting back and seeing 5 guys.
Into the corner, and it looks like Doug Shows has Jaleel White with his foot on the sideline, and out of bounds turnover Temple, and it's going to be the Bulls basketball.
Can we talk about the percentage of out-of-bound plays on the sidelines that's went up the last 7-8 years?
Is that an area of intense interest on the part of officials, I think? Huh?
You know, it's crazy because most of the threes made nowadays are coming from the corner, so a lot of teams get to that corner, and a lot of turnovers come off of stepping out of bounds.
Speaking of which, there's a sideline jumper missed up there by Chaplin, rebounded by Temple. Down too early. This is Damien Dunn on the dribble. Leaves it over to Jourdain. Tries to go baseline, draws the double team. Back up top to Damien Dunn. Screen set up there by Akpomo.
Good man-on-man defense by South Florida.
Shot clock at 7. Jump shot is missed by Jourdain, and it's rebounded by the Bulls' Caleb Murphy. Quickly into the front court. Chased down by Damien Dunn.
South Florida's good defensive team, as you can tell that last possession, they did a very good one-on-one job defending Temple's players.
Chaplin, the sophomore out of Georgia, with the back shot. And the lead is 4 again for the Bulls at 6-2.
This team thrives on getting points in the paint, either by dumping it down low to Big Russell or by getting their head down and attacking.
Damien Dunn tries to answer with a tray, and it's missed. And Russell Chiwa has the rebound. This is Hines. Picked up by Nick Jourdain at the elbow. Now leaves it off for Walker, working against Asir Miller with a size advantage, and the missed shot is rebounded by Miller, the freshman out of Newman Goretti High in Philadelphia. Jourdain picks up the dribble and lobs it back outside to Damien Dunn.
We'd love to see Temple University keep University of South Florida in a bunch of pick and rolls, make their 7-footer guard.
This is Jourdain going baseline. Picked up over there by Sam Hines Jr. with 7 on the shot clock. Turnaround jumper by Nick. No. But Doug Shows has a foul call, and it's going to be against the 6'6 freshman from Georgia, Sam Hines Jr. He's one of 8 transfers on Coach Gregory's roster to have played elsewhere before coming to Tampa and South Florida. Hines played at Denver University. Here's Nick Jourdain for a pair.
Watching these big fellas. Big Emmanuel from Temple and Russell from South Florida. They're banging in there, man. There's a lot of sweat and blood getting thrown around in that paint area.
You're used to that.
I love it.
Huh? Nick misses the first. Substitution. Ty Strickland is in, and Jake Forrester, who we haven't seen in a long time, on the floor for Temple. He's been bothered by an illness, not a COVID problem. He's missed like 10 straight games, and he's acting there now for the first time. Looks like he's dropped a few pounds in his absence, but he looks pretty anxious to get going.
He does. Let's see what he can give Aaron McKee and this Temple Owls ball club.
Nick Jourdain went 1 for 2, and the Bulls hang into a 3-point lead. Here's the lob and the turnover. Damien Dunn comes up with the steal. Gives it to Ty Strickland. Miller thought about it. Instead goes back up top. Ty for 3 and it out. Rebound on the floor. The Bulls have it.
Great transition. Good bucket. Good ball move by Temple. The ball just didn't go in the hoop.
Chaplin gets the ball screen up top. Takes the shot short, and the rebound to Damien Dunn.
Transition is key.
Walker picks up Dunn and a whistle. And we're going.
They need to start putting South Florida in more pick and rolls.
Brian
Make the big
Gregory,
fella move his feet.
Coach Gregory in his 5th season, head coach of USF. Of course, he was at Georgia Tech before that, and Dayton in the old A-10 when Temple knew him there.
Dame Dunn gets it done right on call. Listen, getting to the rim is his specialty. Drawing contact is what he's great at.
All right, Dunn now with 4 of Temple's 5. That's the Owls' first field goal, and they trail by 1 after the timeout. Chaplin sends it over to the left and now gets it back to the corner for the 3. Missed. And the rebound off the bench, Zach Hicks for the Owls. This is Miller, back to Zach. They know right where he is. You got to at all times on that perimeter. Dunn finds him. He fires. No good. And the rebound goes to USF.
South Florida, KYP, know your personnel. As soon as Zach Hicks checks in the game, they started guarding him at the scorer's table.
Hey, Hicks just grabbed another rebound. This is Miller, and he lost it. Stolen away and with a breakaway. Chased by Strickland, the layup is up and in by Jameer Chaplin, the sophomore from Norcross, Georgia. And the lead is back to 3 for the Bulls at 8-5.
We know what that's what South Florida's going to do, Harry. They're going to get in the passing lane, play good defense, be very physical. Temple guards got to do a better job taking care of that ball.
Strickland looks to his left, and there's Zach Hicks. Down on the extended block is Forrester. Skip it over to the right side. This is Dunn again to the corner. 3 ball from the corner is good. First 3 of the ball game for the Owls, and Miller banged it down, and we're tied at 8.
Hassan Miller, the freshman from South Philly, shooting 33% from 3, able to get the bucket there. Damien Dunn creates so much havoc because our eyes on him.
Swing it over to Sam Hines Jr. Now it goes to the opposite side. Walker leaves it for Murphy, picked up by Dunn. Murphy starts to his right. Nothing doing for Hines. 2 on the shot clock. Chaplin will force it up there and miss, and there's a 3rd straight rebound for Zach Hicks.
Zach Hicks using that 6'7", 6'8" frame, get some buckets and rebounds.
Strickland penetrates. Over the head, the reverse layup is missed. And the rebound for South Florida, Corey Walker Jr. quickly down at the other end. Good transition defense, though, by Temple. Chiwa.
Got to come double. Big mismatch. If I'm Chiwa, I'm going
Huge.
at him.
Yeah.
Why he passed that out, I have no idea. Has a guard on you. Go to work, big fella.
Chaplin, a deep 3 won't go. There's Hicks with his 4th straight rebound. If he has any kind of a day at all shooting the ball, he's got a double-double all over himself here. Strickland goes base and is cut off. Al's trying to break an 8-8 tie with 12:40 left first half. Forrester sets the ball screen for Dunn. Now Strickland penetrates right by Chiwa, and he finishes. He got the shooter's angle that time on the rim, and it dropped through.
Ty Strickland is wonderful with attacking off the ball swung and putting that hip down and getting to the rim.
So the Owls with their first lead of the ball game at 10-8. High screen set there for Sam Hines Jr. by Chiwa. Wide open three from the right corner is missed by Chaplin. The Owls rebound. Here comes Strickland in transition. Finds it open. Miller for another tray. He won't go. Oh, Chiwa just shoved Forrester out of the way and got away with it.
Let the big fellas play.
To the basket, South Florida. Ooh. The other one is the Houston Cougars.
Ooh.
So today, South Florida trying to break the tie on wins against the Owls on Hooters' birthday.
Uh-oh.
Huh?
The Temple men's teams better understand. They're not just playing for themselves. They're
playing for Hooter. First free throw is missed. The second made by Caleb Murphy, and we got a 1-point game at 10-9 Temple.
So far, this game has not been great shooting. Both teams shooting 30%. Temple shooting 20 from 3. USF South Florida 0 for 5 from 3 so far.
We got Rashma Parks out there for the first time for Temple, replacing Jake Forrester. This is Damien Dunn. Sends it over to Ty Strickland. There's Parks setting up the ball screen. Gets it to Miller, to Jaleel White, rather, and he gets the layup. Quick move off the dribble by Jaleel White.
Good job by Ty Strickland finding him on the run.
First bucket for Jaleel, and Temple has its biggest lead at 3. Chiwa at the elbow. Check it, that was Byron Matos. Now baseline jump shot is missed as Chiwa takes it to the bench, and the Owls come away with the rebound. Chance to build on that 3-point lead. Strickland, Hicks for 3. Glances off the front of the rim. The Bulls had a shot at it, but it glances off one of their hands and out of bounds, and Temple will have a reset 20 on the shot clock and inbound baseline.
Harry, does Zach Hicks have a quick trigger or what? His release
and smooth.
is great.
And every shot, it seems it looks like we're looking at a videotape, doesn't it? There's no change.
I think this is one of the signs of a very good shooter, too. Never change it for him. Good mechanics.
This is Hicks. Thought about it, but gives it up to Dunn instead. Strickland. Now he's open. There it goes again, and he's got it. But SMU has a game later. SMU is going to play, I believe, Tulsa later at 3 o'clock Eastern time. Actually, that game is underway. Or no, at 3 o'clock Eastern time, yeah. So if a win by SMU keeps them back in that number 2 seed. There's a missed shot. The rebound goes to Mark Kayea. Off the bench for Brian Gregory for the first time. 20-second reset, but now on the dribble penetration, we have a foul called. It's against Ty Strickland of Temple.
Got his hand caught in the cookie jar, Harry. He was close, but not close enough.
If he gets it, it's a breakaway.
Yeah. It's a South Florida ball club. They have some real big size. They starting center, backup center. If they can start feeding some of these guys, they might get some opportunities down low.
Here's a top of the circle jump shot made by Sam Hines Jr., 6'6" freshman out of Georgia. That cuts the Temple lead to 4 at 15-11 midway through the first half. Strickland, ball screen Parks. They double tie, sends it over to White. Now reverse it. This is Dunn, doing what he does best. Dribble penetration pass, 2 defenders for the layup. Damien Dunn.
So smooth, Harry. So smooth is Dunn.
Dunn now at 6. Temple with a 6-point lead. Here's the tie-up, but a good job to get it back by Matos, and he got the layup. He's out of the Dominican Republic. And now we have a whistle-stopping play. I don't know, we're going to get a foul there.
Rashma Parks after the whistle.
Little frustration move.
Yeah, seemed to go a little one towards the big fella Matos' head. That referee caught him.
Let's take a look at it. There's Matos making the layup, and then, oops, yeah. Parks with the little shove away with the left forearm. That could be a flagrant one above the shoulder, right?
Yeah, he got caught. The big fella's going at it. Rashma got a little too physical.
And he's going to the bench. It happened the other night against Houston, too. Yeah. Near the end. Off the bench comes Nick Jourdain. He will replace Rashma Parks.
No matter how frustrated you get, you got to keep your cool, keep your composure, and just let your game do the speaking. for you.
So a full 30 on the shot clock as the Bulls inbound. This is Murphy up top, guarded there by Strickland to Boggs. Now here's Matos down low, guarded by Jourdain, who got the block. Another block for Nick. Nick Jourdain, of course, leads Temple in block shots. Nick coming into today's game had a total, you ready? I mean, he was far in the lead with blocks of 47. He's now got 48. Next closest to him on the team with 18 is Jaleel White.
Second in the conference, I do believe he is.
Murphy way out on the left. Boggs sets the screen. Murphy with the jumper. Missed everything but the backboard, and the rebound goes to Jaleel White. Temple with the ball and a 4-point lead. Here's Hicks to Jourdain. Oh, they answer with their own block.
Little tick for tack, huh? Good pass by Zach Hicks, who's not known for putting the ball on the floor. South Florida, good recovery.
Yeah, that was Sam Hines Jr., who now has a jump shot. Strong, and there's Hicks with another board. How about Zach Hicks? I'll have to look up his career rebound numbers in his freshman year. Here's a layup again by Damien Dunn. You know, Dunn is one of those guys, scorers. Oh, there's a good defensive play by Ty Strickland to force a turnover. He's one of these guys, hey, if it's going for you outside, take it. Mid-range, take it. Penetration dribble, take that. That's what he's done so far today.
Absolutely. You versus South Florida cannot keep him in front of him. He's doing a good job of getting to the rim, finishing. Now he's going to switch it up. We're going to start getting it up faking, forcing contact, his specialty.
8 points for Damien. He'll take a seat on the bench, replaced by Jake Forrester. So the Owls get a little size on the floor this time. Here's Forrester. Trying to go baseline, cut off by DJ Patrick. Hicks is open. Bingo! Oh, you got to get out on him. You can't give him a foot, or he's going to make you pay with a three, and he just did it. That's his second, and the Owls have a 9-point advantage now.
And with his length, Harry. His length helps him get his shot off even more. Standing at 6'7", 6'8".
2 for 4 is Zach Hicks. Bulls try to answer here. This is Javon Green in and out. Green's the kid that beat Temple with his only field goal in that first game. Into the front court comes Jourdain. Leaves it off. White trying to break down his defender. Puts off and off on 2 different occasions. Zach has had 9 as White makes the first of 2. The last time was against Southern Methodist on February 16th. Today, already he has 6 points, but he also has an equal number of rebounds, 6.
Yes, using his length to crash those glasses. I like that from the freshman from Camden, New Jersey.
White makes both, and the Owls all of a sudden opened up an 11-point lead, under 8 left, first half. They lob it down. There's Chiwa. He won the game with a little jump hook against Cincinnati a little more than a week ago, and he gets the field goal there, and it becomes a 9-point Temple lead, 24-15 Owls. Chiwa has really put up some numbers down the stretch, even though they haven't been winning. Good tip out off the miss. Nick Jourdain gets it into the hands of White. Chiwa with the blockade. This is Miller spinning. Back to Jourdain. 10 to shoot. They screen for Hicks, but they couldn't get it to Jourdain to finish. This is Green working against Hicks. Contact, no whistle. What do you think? Good no call that time by the officials.
Good no call. Good job swallowing your whistle. But on the offensive end, Temple has to, every now and then, they got to hit the big guy diving after he rolls. They're not looking there, and now UF versus South Florida is able to cheat out with their bigs on the guards.
We got Damien Dunn coming off the bench for the Owls, replacing Zach Hicks, who takes the seat with 6 points and 6 rebounds. Under 7 left in the half. Back again, little jump shot up and in, made there by Trey Moss.
Stopped a little trend. South Florida was down, only shooting 27%, but starting to find a way. They get some good mid-range shots. Just got to put them in.
So the lead after 4 straight points by the Bulls is 7. Here's a putback off the miss. Forrester couldn't get it done. And here comes the Bulls in the midst of that 4-0 run. They try to feed it to the big guy. They collapse 2 on him. Forrester got a block. Now we got a foul as Chihuahua went up again in the lane, working against Jake Forrester.
That's a wild load trying to defend him. You got to front him because once he gets that ball that deep, it's hard to do anything but fouling.
Jake playing for the first time after missing 13 straight games for Temple. Picks up his first foul. This is Russell Chua at the line for 2 shots for the Bulls. Out of Cameroon. As a youngster, played a lot of soccer. He's only been playing since high school. Substitution for the Owls. Emmanuel Akpono comes in, replacing Jake Forrester, who was out there for less than a minute.
You know what's interesting about Aaron McKee keeps trying to play all his centers. All 3 of them might add up to the same dimensions of Russell Chua. You know, he's a big guy, and he uses his body so well to go for his left hand.
Chua makes 1 of 2, and it cuts the Temple lead to 6. 5 straight points for the Bulls. Approaching the 6-minute mark here in the first half. This is Miller. Takes it strong into the lane, dumps it over to White. Fade around jump shot is, fade away jump shot is missed, but Doug Shows has a call and a foul against the Bulls. DJ Patrick assessed the foul. And Temple will inbound. Temple will get Ty Strickland onto the floor. Let's see, he's going to replace Nick Jourdain.
Jaleel White so versatile, able to play the 1 through the 4, can guard all positions, can handle the ball. His specialty is attacking that rim.
All right, this is done. Pull-up jumper by Damien. That may be his first jump shot. Missed. And here come the Bulls, having scored 5 of the last 7 points of the ball game. Good spin move along that baseline by Jake Boggs, but good defense by Temple as well. The ball goes out of bounds, knocked out by Jaleel White.
Number 21 for Temple, Big Emmanuel. Ladies and gentlemen, the longest wingspan has to be in Temple's history. His wingspan is enormous, and he's able to alter shots with that around the rim.
Approaching the 5.5-minute mark, Temple by 6. Damien Dunn, or Ty Strickland using that screen. Now they kick back out to Miller. Gets it to Dunn. Look at him make a move inside and lays it over to Akpono for the easy layup. Dame Dunn.
Dame Dunn's pace, the way he probes, he's so patient.
Now they lob it. Here is Chihuahua, double teamed. White helping out with Akpono. And almost the backcourt, but saved by Trey Moss.
Good hustle by Trey Moss.
7 to shoot. Send it over for a deep 3 that missed everything, and Temple comes away with that miss by Sorrell Smith Jr. Down at the other end, this is Asir Miller.
South Florida doing a very good job getting back on defense.
There goes Dunn again, up and down maybe. Oh, he got away with it. He got a whistle and a foul call. Yeah. Huh? He went up, came down, and then
it didn't went up. They called it shooting.
Wow, how about
Might have been on the floor. Might have been contact on the floor.
Hey, folks, here's what we're featuring from the AAC on ESPN Plus. Tomorrow, it's the Women's Basketball Championship beginning with early round games available here. If you're an AAC fan, you got to have it right here on ESPN Plus. Damien Dunn steps to the line. Damien on the afternoon so far has 8 points, perfect at the line. And, of course, he allowed me to do the play-by-play announcer jinx. He is now 2 for 3.
Works every time, Harry.
Unbelievable.
Every time.
Jameer Chaplin on for the Bulls as he replaces DJ Patrick. One more coming up here for Damien Dunn. Done with those 8 points. Team high so far, and he makes the second to get to 9. And the lead is at 27-18 Temple.
Interesting, Temple's not pressing. Look for them to kind of pick that up a little bit, get back to that. Aaron McKee's doing a wonderful job of bringing it in and out.
Good hands over there on the wing. Asir Miller nearly came up with the steal, knocked it out of bounds. So it's going to be 18 to shoot for the Bulls as they will inbound side court right in front of the Temple bench. Throwing again will be Jameer Chaplin, the sophomore out of Norcross, Georgia. The Chiwa right back to Chaplin. White guards. Chaplin into the lane. Tries the bank shot. Won't go. And Jaleel White with the rebound for Temple in transition. Here's White. Back to a wide open Damien Dunn. 3 ball is good. And the lead is a dozen. And Damien Dunn now with 12 points to lead all scorers.
Coach Gregory is really trying to set his offense to get that ball down low, play inside out. But Temple out, their perimeter defense is prohibiting that.
Here's Chiwa. Laying it off to Smith. Back to Chiwa. He's got an open path to the basket and slams it home. Emmanuel Akpomo kind of caught flat-footed there by Chiwa.
That's what the dribble handoff does to the big guy. Puts him in a situation that he either jumps out on that guard or he protects the big man that time. That man will stay with the big.
Chiwa's got 5 points. Temple's lead is 10. This is White. Staggered dribble. Stops and pops, no good. And Akpomo hit it. Scores 12 points, 4 for 6 for the field. He's made a 3, and he also has 3 rebounds and 3 assists.
Damien Dunn is a scoring machine. Gets to the foul line. He's hard to defend. But Coach Gregory got to get that ball down low. They're shooting 0 for 8 from 3. Got to change it up. Big fella got to get some touches down there.
Yeah, there were only 3 the last time they played. Temple came at the end thanks to Javon Green, and that won the ball game. Here's a whistle away from the ball. We got a foul called. Trying to post up the defender, Akpomo, was 7-foot Russell Chiwa. Akpomo is called for that foul. Team foul number 5 against Temple. Shot clock reset at 20 and almost a turnover as Murphy gets the handle, guarded out there by Ty Strickland. Looking for Chiwa against Akpomo. Now the double with White. Chiwa working, there's that jump hook. Won't go, rebound, grabbed by the Bulls. The putback is missed in close and Temple's White comes away with it. That is by Corey Walker Jr.
South Florida getting the looks around the paint, just not even to put him down. Sometimes I see young fellas rushing a lot. Take your time.
Try a 3 from the top. It's missed, and we have a foul called against Akpomo again on the rebound. Grabbing the loose ball was Corey Walker Jr. He's fouled. Or check it.
Foul is called on number 54.
No, that is against Chiwa, not Walker. First foul against Russell Chiwa, and that is team foul number 7. It's going to be a 1-and-1. For the Owls, Emmanuel Akpomo.
Emmanuel Akpomo is on the foul lines. He's kind of getting position on a big fella from South Florida. That's why he's in the free throw line.
That is his first free throw attempt of the season. And he makes. Quit where you're ahead, Emmanuel. Only kidding, right? Transfer out of Wake Forest. Trying to keep it perfect again. Why not? Nothing but net, not even rim.
Good job.
He'll go to the bench, and Nick Jourdain will come on.
Now, we spoke about in the beginning of the game, Nick Jourdain's fouled out of 3 straight games. He's asked to play the 5 a lot right now. He's going to be going against the big fella, Russell Chiwa from the University of South Florida. Let's see if he can prevent foul trouble.
The Owls have their biggest lead of the ball game at 12 as we approach the 2-minute mark. Good penetration, but the ball is knocked out of bounds. We have a foul. Nope, just out of bounds. On the penetration by Sam Hines Jr., it's going to be 13 to shoot for the Bulls as they will inbound along that baseline. Murphy to throw it in.
Ron Strickland got away with a blatant arm foul on Hines Jr. That's how Hines Jr. is complaining to the refs.
Here goes Walker to the rim. No, but we got a foul called against Temple. Let's see. That's Zach Hicks. It was either Hicks or Jourdain. And we'll get 2 shots. Coming up for Corey Walker Jr. He's out of Jacksonville, Florida, transferred from Tennessee to USF.
Came close to home, huh? I did it as well.
There you go. Yeah, you know that story. Food tastes better. Nothing like some home cooking.
Yeah.
Sleep in your own bed a little more frequently. Walker with his second. Trying to make it a 10-point game again, and he does. 32-22. Under 2 left. First half here in Philadelphia.
South Florida switches to a 3-2 zone, has it rather high.
Damien Dunn comes up top to Strickland. Baseline goes Hicks. Back to Ty. 10 to shoot. Ball screen set by Jourdain. This is Dunn. Pumps and hits. Damien Dunn.
Very difficult shot, shooting from an up fake from the two-pointer.
He is 5 for 8 from the field, and he's got a game high of 14 points. And Temple has that 12-point lead again. Almost a turnover forced by Miller. USF retains possession. There's the putback. Good hustle on the weak side. And the putback for Sam Hines Jr., averaging 3 points, 3 rebounds coming in. And Hines now with 4 points. Looked like he may have turned his ankle, but he's okay. He'll stay on. Minute 14 till halftime.
South Florida can just get a good shot off. They have the size and the rebounding ability to get second chance opportunity.
Ty Strickland gives it over to Dunn and now gets it back. Ball screen set there by Jourdain. They skip it over. Hicks is open. Watch out. Another one for Zach Hicks. He's 3 for 6 beyond the arc with 9 points.
Great pass by Rod Strickland Jr., a.k.a. Ty Strickland.
Temple now has its biggest lead at 13. 40 seconds till halftime. Pull-up jumper there by Walker at the foul line is good over Zach Hicks.
Every time Walker scores or gets something foul, he looks over to the bench like, let me shoot it more. And coach like, go ahead and do it then.
Walker now with 4 points. Temple's going to let some air out of that ball as there's a differential of about 2 seconds. Game the shot clock. 10 to shoot. Damien Dunn sends it back to Strickland, and he lost it. And a foul against Ty Strickland, kind of get it back from the Bulls' Caleb Murphy. And it's going to be a 1-and-1 for Caleb Murphy with 8.3 seconds remaining in the first half.
Sometimes when you have a turnover, your immediate instinct is to go back and go get the ball. But that happens a lot after you make a turnover. You come right in and create a foul. It's kind of like you doubling down on a mistake. Just get back on there and guard with your feet, not your hands.
That's the 5th turnover against Temple here in the half. And the Bulls have done a better job protecting the ball. Only 3 turnovers for South Florida, even though they trail by 11 points.
South Florida's keeping that pace slow. They're trying to get down low.
Murphy misses the front end of the 1-and-1. 6 seconds. At halftime, at half court rather, Ty Strickland puts it up off the window. No good. And there's
the big guy from U versus South Florida. And with that being said, South Florida guards got to hit some perimeter shots to open the floor up.
And our halftime stats presented by the Philadelphia Federal Credit Union. All right, second 20 minutes is underway. Temple with the possession. Look at Damien Dunn getting his defender off his feet. And he draws the foul to open up play here in the second half. He'll go to the line for 2 shots.
Harry, Damien Dunn's up fake should be illegal. I mean, when he up fakes, I literally jumped out the chair. I mean, come on now. It's hard not to fall for it.
Dunn with 14, 5 for 8 from the field, including a tray, and 3 for 4 at the line where he has 2 more coming right here. You know who else had a pretty good uptake fake was Mr. Wyatt.
Oh,
Wyatt.
yes. Yes, he did.
He worked that all day long, similar to what Dunn does. Damien with another one. Makes. And the Owls are up by 13. That's their biggest advantage. At 39-26, just underway. Second half at the Liacouras Center.
Let's see if South Florida can get something from the perimeter, kind of open up the Temple defense. Temple's really doing a good job of double teaming the South Florida bigs.
And to the rim, that time falling down was Jameer Chaplin. We got a whistle. Let's see what John Gaffney has. Foul is going to be against Temple. That's on Emmanuel Akpomo. That's a non-shooting foul, and it's going to be 20 on the reset shot clock of the inbounds play. Side court coming up for Sam Hines Jr. Or along the baseline, I'm sorry, as they throw it in wide open. Somebody forgot about Corey Walker Jr. That was almost offensive goaltending. He only touched that ball as it hung on the rim, right?
Almost. South Florida did a real.
Notice how he pulled it back right away.
South Florida did a real good job of setting a great cross screen, and that got the screener wide open.
Here's Dunn coming off a screen, and airballs it out of bounds. Substitution. I see her Miller's out. Ty Strickland is in. Around the American today, we told you, how about Memphis on the final day of the regular season, knocking off 14th ranked Houston. And UCF at halftime leading Tulsa 36-27. All right, here come the Bulls. Spinning his way into the lane and missing was Chaplin. Temple comes away with it. This is Miller. Miller, crossover, no.
Ooh.
And on the miss, here come the Bulls headed the other way to Chiwa. Now it goes to Murphy. Up top, jump shot, good by Sam Hines Jr.
Very physical game. Referees are letting them play, letting them finish at the rim. Transition, USF for 2.
And the lead is 9 for Temple. We have played just about miss. They throw it down low to Walker. Now it goes up top. Sam Hines Jr. Here's Chiwa on the right side of the lane. Dunn comes over to help out Akpomo. Pull-up jump shot. Missed by Murphy. Rebounded weak side by Nick Jourdain. Looks ahead but decides to take it himself into the front court. Temple's lead is 9.
South Florida doing a really good job of in transition, trying to slow down the Temple Owls.
Jourdain cut off nicely by Walker. Gives it over to Jaleel White, working against the taller Chiwa. Puts it up, no, and Chiwa may have gotten away with a little push, gets the rebound. Murphy, good feed. Layup and a foul called against Nick Jourdain, and stepping to the line for 2 shots for the Bulls will be Caleb Murphy.
Good way for South Florida to get some easy buckets. Transitional miss shot, getting some fast pace going up, getting a little piece of the ball and the wrist. Referee called it, he is shooting 2.
Second personal foul called against Nick Jourdain. Nick has fouled out, unfortunately for Temple, in his last 3 games. He leads the Owls with 8 disqualifications.
Yeah. And I think a lot of that, Harry, has to do with him guarding bigger guys. Tonight, Coach McKee is playing his centers, so he's back at the 4, and his foul trouble is not really bad tonight.
Chaplin misses the first of 2. Here comes Jake Forrester on for the first time in the second half. Of course, he missed 13 straight games with an illness. Played a little bit in that first half. Zach Hicks is on for Temple as Jourdain is out, and so is Akpomo. Second on the way and missed again by Chaplin, and Damien Dunn comes away with it.
Damien Dunn's got half of that rebound.
Dunn out on the right wing. Goes to White. We played 3 minutes here in the second half. Forrester for the layup and 1 coming up for Jake Forrester.
Harry, that's the first time all game that the Temple guards have hit the big man when he dived, and that resulted in an N1 play.
And the guy that did it, Ty Strickland, with the good feed.
Yes. Sort of like his father used to do for me when we was teammates for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Ty Strickland's father, Rod Strickland.
Corey Walker Jr. drew the foul. How many years did you play with Rod?
2 years with Minnesota.
Really?
Yep.
There you go. Rod's in the house today.
Yes, he is.
With his wife. Watching son Ty. Of course, Ty went to high school in the Tampa area,
yes.
and Rod was coaching down there.
I was living in Tampa. We was near each other when he was coaching USF.
A 3-point play for Jake Forrester. It's got to feel good for number 10, huh?
There he is.
There's Rod.
Listen to you. Now, let me tell you, 6 feet tall, can get to the rim and finish over and through anyone. Rod Strickland.
Played his college ball, of course, in Chicago for DePaul. A little bit out of control. Murphy got the shot off. It's missed. Jaleel White has the Temple rebound. Here comes Strickland ahead to Hicks. Down low, Forrester working against Chiwa. Spins, shoots, banks, no good. Good rebound. Damien Dunn, he draws the foul.
Good post position by Forrester, getting deep position. The freshman Hicks hit him but it ultimately resulted in an offensive rebound and Dunn shooting 2 more free throws.
Javon Green picked up the foul. That's his first. Green was the hero the first time these two teams met back in Tampa last month when he hit a tray to win the ball game in the final seconds with the shot clock winding down right in front of the Tampa bench, or in front of the USF bench. And Damien Dunn makes the first of 2 free throws.
Damien Dunn is relentless, getting to the free throw line, shooting his 5th and 6th free throws tonight.
And the lead goes to 14. That is the largest lead for either team in the ball game at the 16:30 mark. Murphy, and it's picked away by Rod Strickland's son Ty.
He was timing that.
Here's Hicks again, in and out. And along the baseline, saved by Javon Green for the Bulls. Quickly into the front court, Murphy drives and lays it off the window. Got by Damien Dunn and had an open lane.
Get that point, them 2 points to South Florida center Russell Chiwa. He held them off and created a lane for his guard to get that bucket.
This is Strickland to the corner. Hicks thought about it. Instead, they work the perimeter. Now Strickland drives, lays it up and in. Quick off the dribble is tied. And the lead is back up to 14 for the Owls at the 15:40 mark.
Pace of this game is really increasing. That favors the Temple Owls.
They played about 10 minutes down in Dallas. SMU is up 21-14 on Tulane. Green misses the first of 2. And the lead stays at 14 for the Owls with 15.5 minutes remaining. Green makes on the second. Green's first point of the ball game. Strickland comes into the front court for Temple. He's out there with Forrester, White, Dunn, and Hicks for Aaron McKee.
Ty Strickland, once he gets going, he really gets on fire. Let's see if he looks to continue his second half spurge.
Jaleel White with 4 points on the afternoon. Gets it to Strickland, 5 to shoot. White's open. Goes to the baseline and drew the foul with 2 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Good management there by Jaleel White.
Jaleel White is specializing. He's been taking a page out of Damien Dunn's book. He's creating contact, which forces the referees to make a call.
So as I mentioned, Jaleel with only 4 points in the ball game. This will be his second trip to the line. He made 2 free throws the first time. Now he's 3 for 3. Take a look at that last one.
See that? He's putting his shoulder into the defender, forcing contact, which changes his body's trajectory in the air, making the referees blow their whistle in his favor.
Foul was called against Sam Hines Jr., his second, and another 2 for 2 trip to the line by Jaleel White, and Temple's lead is at 15. Murphy skips it all the way to the left corner. Now they get up top to Green. This is Murphy working against Strickland. Good D by Ty, 13 to shoot for the Bulls. Green down the lane, stripped away by Damien Dunn. Turnover Bulls. Dunn, Hicks, and here's a steal by Green. Goes in on Dunn, missed it. Hicks with the rebound. Ahead it goes to Ty Strickland. Here's the lob to White. Oh, he missed at the rim.
Passes on the money, too.
Perfect.
Gotta finish that. Gotta finish that, Jaleel White.
Just make it for the highlight reel. On the other steal. Sloppy ball handling by Sam Hines Jr. and USF, and Temple gets it back in the turnover department. Number 5 against the Bulls.
Ty Strickland says, slow it down now, slow it down. Let's run something.
14 minutes to play. Temple by 15. Dunn goes to Strickland, back to Dunn. Inside Forrester, poked away. Another turnover for the Owls, number 8. Down at the other end, little crossover move missed by Sam Hines Jr. The rebound, no, but we got a foul called against Temple.
Dame Dunn on the end tried to feed Big Jake Forrester, was able to come up with it, and then comes down and get a foul on the other end of the floor.
Jaleel White picked it up, and To the line will go Russell Chiwa. Chiwa has been quiet, relatively speaking. He's got 5 points. He has a total of 7 rebounds in 23 minutes.
Temple's doing a very good job, Harry, double teaming him on the catch. Now let me go back there. Let me teach a lot of young folks something. On the one end, that turnover might be credited to Jake Forrest. He didn't catch the ball, but I'm going to blame that turnover on Damien Dunn. Why? Entry pass to the post must be made hard. You can't float or drop the ball in there. That enables the defense to come around your big guy. That turnover should be credited to Dame Dunn.
Chiwa makes them both. In the first game against Temple, he was 6 for 10 from the field. He had 4 rebounds and 13 points. He's had a total of 3 double-doubles on the season. And right now he's sitting at 7 points and 7 boards, and the lead is 13 for the Owls. Nick Jourdain back out there for Temple. Jourdain spinning in the lane. The ball stripped away. We got a whistle, no foul, but it's off the Bulls. Temple to inbound with 13 left on the shot clock.
Nick Jourdain trying to be aggressive, getting to the rim, putting the ball on the floor. That shows your versatility. He can guard your 5s. He can shoot the 3. Watch this. Ooh, kind of got away with one. He kind of lost it before he got hit out.
DJ Patrick and Jake Boggs defending on Nick Jourdain. Damien Dunn guarded by Green. Pull-up jumper, Damien. Nothing but that. Damien Dunn. And Damien Dunn now has given Temple a 15-point lead. He's got 20 points on the afternoon.
And them 20 nice points. His one-on-one ability, getting to the rim, mid-range, creating off the dribble. This kid is a complete scorer. Now, mind you, this is a gentleman who never shot a 3 in high school. Never. Look at this. One-on-one between legs. We call this wiggle. Woo! Look at the fade. Made it rain. Damien Dunn.
20 points and 8 rebounds for Damien Dunn. Working on a double-double. Here's Chiwa. Forrester guards, gets some help from Jourdain. Green, the long 3 is missed, and the rebound to Nick Jourdain.
Temple's double on the big fella on the box is going to continue throughout the game until South Florida can hit a 3-point shot.
Strickland, now they kick to White in the corner, and a 3 ball by Jaleel White. That's his first tray and his first attempt. And Temple's lead is up to 18 points.
On a touch for South Florida to hit open perimeter shots, and unfortunately have not been doing that. And that's why this lead is what it is.
This is the big guy, Russell Chiwa, guarded out top by Nick Jourdain. Lays it off to DJ Patrick, who's back out there for the Bulls. Sideline jump shot missed by Boggs, and the rebound comes to Temple, and here comes Damien Dunn. He's been the story on offense for the Owls with 20 game-high points. White on the wing. Now they get it over to Damien Dunn from the corner, and he bangs down a 3. He's got 23 points, and Temple leads it by 21.
Temple's switched up a little bit off pick and rolls. They hitting the dive guy, the big guy. And if he's not finishing, he's skipping it to the other side for 2 points.
Caleb Murphy blocked by Strickland out of bounds, affecting teams in the hunt. Of course, Tulane, with a win today, would wrap up the 4 seed with this Temple team, the number 5, if Temple wins. And Tulane leads 32-26 over SMU right now. 6 minutes left in the first half. Off the miss, Nick Jourdain gets the rebound, and the Owls get a reset 20 on the shot clock. Jourdain double team, Dunn's open. Strickland looks to his left, 7 to shoot. And Ty lets it fly, and the ball goes out of bounds off the rim. Touch last by the shooter. It'll be Bulls basketball.
So for me, Harry, right there, Ross Strickland got the 7-footer on him. And he settles for a fadeaway 3-point. I prefer put that ball on the ground. Make him foul you. Get to the rim.
The Bulls are 0 for their last 5. Temple's on an 8-0 run to open up the 21-point lead. There's another miss, and there's another rebound for Nick Jourdain.
South Florida 25% shooting in the second half. 0 for 11 on the game on 3. Temple 40% from 3 in the second half.
This is Jourdain. Guarded up top by Boggs. Takes it across the top of the circle, and Chiwa comes out the guard. Now Strickland, 9 to shoot. Dunn. Let's see if he can break down his defender or two. Strickland's open again. This time he buries the three ball on the feed from Damien Dunn. Three ball by Ty Strickland. He's got 7, and Temple's lead now is up to 24. Another miss for the Bulls. And another rebound, this time by Sage Tolbert for Temple.
Last possession, they doubled Damien Dunn when he was posting up, created an opportunity for Ty Strickland to get a wide open three-point shot.
Dunn. The screen by Tolbert, who slips through. Now they go over to Jaleel White, who goes baseline. Cut off over there by Patrick. Tries to break him down, puts up a wild shot. Tolbert, though, rebounds for Temple. Didn't hit the rim, only 2 to shoot. Dunn will fire. It comes up short. Shot clock violation. I think Damien Dunn kind of lost it in little time and space there, what the shot clock was doing. He didn't realize that ball, that previous shot, just hit net.
Exactly. Good D by University of South Florida, making Temple struggle on the offensive end. They have to get something. Still 10 minutes left in this ball game. Plenty of time for them to catch up. One way to do that, get some pick and roll. These guards on University of South Florida must turn the corner. Put pressure on the Temple D, getting some lane touches off the drive.
Dunn goes to the bench. He's replaced by Asir Miller for Temple. First time we've seen Miller in the second half. The Owls by 24, under 10 minutes left. Outside with it is Trey Moss, and we have a whistle away from the ball. Foul is called against Asir Miller. That is his first team foul, number 5 against Temple here in the half.
Trey Moss, another freshman South Florida roster.
Here's Trey Moss, guarded over there by Zach Hicks, who has the size advantage. This is Moss, Strickland guards. Driving into the lane is Boggs. Ball is loose and saved by Matos. And a layup in the lane. Finger roll shot is missed. Rebound Miller on the floor for the Owls.
Good ball movement by South Florida. Better defense by Temple University's wing defenders.
The Bulls have missed their last 8 shots. Strickland over to Jourdain for Trey. Missed everything but the backboard. And we have a whistle and we have a foul. Let's see, it's going to be against Temple.
Double foul.
Wow. So it's going to be Bulls ball. They got to get it going, trailing by 24 with just over 9 minutes to play. The Bulls have out there Patrick, Boggs, Smith, Moss, and Matos.
Trying to get something different going for South Florida.
Patrick misses. The save by Nick Jourdain. 0 for 11 are the Bulls on 3-point shots. 0 for 12, excuse me. That was number 12.
Coach Greger's reaching down for straws, trying to get somebody to put some points on the board for his ball club.
Here is Strickland. A lot of contact, no whistle. Saved over there by Tolbert. 8 to shoot from the corner. Hicks, no. And it's going to be the Bulls basketball off the rebound by DJ Patrick. Into the front court, Trey Moss. Guarded by Ty Strickland. Boggs is open, tries to get that first 3 for the Bulls, and missed. Temple in the midst of an 11-0 run over the last 5 minutes to open up the 24-point lead as we approach the 8-minute mark.
They got to take advantage of these missed shots by South Florida. They got to get something around the rim.
This is Ty Strickland. And from the 3-point line, the Bulls rank dead last, 3-5-0. 350th in the NCAA this year in 3-point shooting, 25%. Today, Mark, they're still looking for their first. They
0 for 13.
They're shooting an 0 for 13.
0 for 13 from 3. And they've been some good looks, just unable to put them down. And Temple's kind of forcing them because they're doubling down on University of South Florida's big guys and not recovering to those shooters. So they're forced to shoot it.
Temple has outscored the Bulls 11-1 over the last 5 minutes and 24 seconds of the ball game. But the Owls themselves are 0 for their last 5 from the field. Another miss by the Bulls. That time by Trey Moss, and it's rebounded by Temple. 7:30 left. Dunn Gets it right back to White. Jaleel to the basket, off the window, and spills out. But he got his own rebound somehow, went up with it, whistle, and we have a foul called, I think, on the floor before the shot, the putback shot.
Harry, is this it, me or Jaleel White always seems to win these 50-50 balls? Like, to be so young, he's on it. He was out of bounds. He got that ball. He always seems to come up with this basketball.
The eye in the sky caught him out of bounds.
He's definitely out of bounds.
Inbounds to Dunn. Damien trying to break down that defender again. Turnaround jump shot is good by Damien Dunn. He's got 25 points.
He's feeling it. He's feeling it. And his patience, his poise. He picks you apart slowly.
61-35, approaching the 7-minute mark. Last year, these two teams met 3 times in a row at the end of the season.
That'd be difficult.
And the Bulls won 2 of them, including the game in the American Athletic Conference tournament. Here's a whistle called by Doug Shows. And it's on the floor prior to the shot. Doug told me that he's headed to the Southeast Conference postseason tournament next. And it's going to be played down in the home of the Bulls, Tampa, Florida.
Yep.
To the line for a 1-and-1 for USF goes Sorrell Smith Jr. He's a 6'4 junior out of St. Petersburg, also transferred from not one but 2 schools, East Tennessee State and Maryland. So he's on his 3rd school. That's the age we're living in, my friend.
Yeah, that's the new age. It's the wild, wild west out here.
Who'd have thunk it?
Yeah. Imagine Coach Cheney was here to see that.
He goes 1 for 2. The lead is 61-36 as we approach the 6:30 mark. Here's Dunn. Down the lane in traffic and a whistle, and Dunn drew another foul. I think it's going to be against Sorrell Smith Jr. of the Bulls. And back at the line for Temple will go Damien Dunn.
Shooting his 9th and 10th free throws tonight.
He's got 9 rebounds, by the way. He needs another rebound to get a double-double. He's got 25 points, 9 boards. Make it 26 points for Damien Dunn.
What can USF do now to really get back in this game?
Nothing.
That's what it seems like, Harry. It really does. It seems like the ball be falling in Temple's way. And I need to find, if I'm Coach Gregory, I need to find some scores.
Here comes Ty Strickland. I think we have seen maybe the last of Damien Dunn for the afternoon as he goes to the bench with 27 points. His career high, or a season high rather, of 33 points against ECU is also his career high for Damien.
If I'm Damien, like, Coach, there's still 6 minutes left. Put me back in, Coach.
Yeah, that grows that chance at a double-double, right? Just to get a rebound. Forget about scoring. Just over 6 minutes left. Murphy giving it up over there to Patrick. Step back 3 on the way by Patrick. Woo. And they're still looking for their first tray. That's 0 for 15 beyond the line.
Man, you know what? Coach Gregory said that's one thing we struggle with, shooting the ball.
Wow.
But we got to find different ways to score.
White on the wing is Strickland. Up top is Miller. 13 to shoot. Hicks. Oh, nice little drop back pass to Jake Forrester, and he's fouled. How about
Hicks?
Zach Hicks with that no-look drop back pass?
Showing some development as a freshman. Was only a shooter coming in here, showing the ability to put the ball down the floor off an up fake, drop it off to his bigs. Good job, Zach Hicks.
Yeah. So it's going to be 2 shots coming up here for Jake Forrester, seeing action for the first time in nearly 2 months for Temple, out with an illness. And Jake makes the first. He's got 4 points. Here's what we're featuring from the AAC on ESPN+. Tomorrow, it's the Women's Basketball Championship getting underway with early round games available here on ESPN+. If you're an American fan, you've got to have it. 2 for Jake Forrester. Jake looks like he maybe lost a couple pounds.
Yes, absolutely. He's lost maybe
in his
about
absence.
10, yeah. Looks like he's dropped about 10.
Yeah. All right, Temple on top now, 65-36. And the ball is thrown away and out of bounds. It's going to be Temple basketball. And for the Bulls, that is turnover number 7. You would have thought in a game like this with the score, 29-point advantage for Temple, they would have had more than just 6 turnovers.
Exactly. When you're shooting 27% from the field, I think you're kind of, that's just the answers to it.
Yeah, exactly. Hicks getting it for Miller, swinging over the other side. This is Strickland. Miller's open in the corner. Or check it, that was Sage Tolbert, and there's a tray by who else? Zach Hicks with his first 3 of the second half. He's got 12 points, and now he's 4 for 9 beyond the 3-point line. And the whistle as the ball goes out of bounds, touched last by the Bulls.
Shooters seem to find their way to find, the ball seems to find them.
Absolutely. Coming into the ball game for the Owls will be Colin Daly. He'll replace Zach Hicks. Colin Daly on his senior day, transfer from Westchester. He's dad, Brian Daly, who played at St. Joseph's, was in the house for the pregame ceremony. Colin doesn't see much time. Every time he touches it, though, everybody has their eyes on him, right?
Seems it runs in the family, though.
Why not? Colin gives it up along the baseline. Miller, 4 to shoot for Tolbert. Back to Miller, lets it go. It was partially blocked. Oh, Daly with the putback, but it was late.
Late one.
Huh?
Good D by University of South Florida. So if I'm Coach Gregory now, Brian Gregory, I'm thinking, how can I get my team jump-started to get ready for the tournament? What can we do? What can we find a way to get ourselves some wins, a win or 2 in the tournament to propel ourselves from there?
Speaking of Colin Daly, this is just the 4th game he's played. He has 3 points in the 6 minutes he's played prior to this afternoon. 11 to shoot for the Bulls. Dribble penetration and the spin move by Corey War. Brian Gregory's Bulls of South Florida. As he makes both, they have made, you ready, 12 points here in the second half. We have under 4 minutes remaining, Mark.
Harry, 15% from the field, 0 for 7 for the second half, and then 0 for 15 from the game from 3. If I'm Coach Gregory, I think I'm going to try.
Oh! Colin Daly with a tray.
Runs in the family.
Sorry to interrupt your partner.
Runs in the family.
To the basket and a foul call. That was Caleb Murphy making that move on the baseline. That may have been the loudest ovation we had in the afternoon, huh?
Absolutely. And the Delis, we're used to them scoring. Runs in the family.
Boy, Colin Daly had nothing on his mind but shooting. That was, look at that, nothing but net. Oh, yeah, he's got the moves too, huh? The post-shot moves for Mr. Daly. And we also have another substitution for Temple as Ty Strickland goes to the bench. And coming on is Ryan Sayers, another transfer. Walk-on for Temple. As Ryan Sayers making only his 2nd appearance of the season as Murphy makes both at the line. 71-40 Temple, just over 3.5 minutes remaining in the final game of the regular season. Yeah, that second half box score for USF, not very pretty. 3 of 19 from the field, 0 for 7 beyond the arc, and they have 7 points at the free throw line. All right, here's Sayers, gives it up to Sage Tolbert.
If I'm Coach Gregory, I'm going to start reaching down the bench, see if I can go to somebody to give me something here.
Daly, who hit that last shot, working off a screen by Parks, puts it up. Oh, nearly rolled it in off the window. And he'll go to the line.
Them Delhies, I tell you, man, they're not shy, are they, Harry?
No. Well, you know, even in practice, he doesn't probably get too many shots. So, you know, he's out there probably in a defensive mode most of the time. So, hey, this is his opportunity to stuff that stat sheet a little bit.
Oh, he's like his brothers, not get all the credit.
Cowan now with a Temple career high of 4 points. Caleb Murphy is out, and he is replaced by Trey Moss for Coach Brian Gregory and the Bulls. Second by Daly. Back iron, no good. All right, we have just over 3 minutes left of this one. It's all Temple, 72-40 Owls. Daly got his hand on it. However, it's saved by Jake Boggs.
Oh, Dudley's playing both ends of the floor. I like it.
Mark Kayea. Now they go down low. Here's Matos. Jump hook off the window, and the long rebound to Colin Daly.
And the rebound.
He's all over the place.
Oh.
Sage Tolbert in the lane. Sage Tolbert to the basket won't go, and the rebound to Byron Matos. Transfer from New Mexico. Deep jumper, there it is, the first tray of the afternoon, and it's made by the 6'2 junior, Mark Kayea. So off the bench, he hits the tray for the Bulls.
Now, if I'm the coach, he starts for me next game.
That would be in the postseason tournament.
He starts.
Uh-oh, Daly's thinking about it. Gives it over to fellow walk-on Sayers. His pass deflected out of bounds. The Owls will have 7 to shoot, 2:09 left on the game clock.
Finish strong, get good shots, and play good D if I'm Temple right now.
Miller, 6 to shoot. 3 to shoot. Miller, 1 to shoot. I don't know. I don't think he got it off. He wasn't listening to me.
Maybe he couldn't hear through our headsets.
So what else is new? Turnover Temple. And let's see, in that turnover department for the Owls, that is number 10. They have more turnovers than South Florida. Trey Moss dribbles out there and gives it over to Kayea, who just hit that 3 ball. Foul line jump shot made by Sam Hines Jr., the transfer from Denver University and a freshman out of Marietta, Georgia.
Man.
1:30 left. Daly will try again and hit again. Wow.
He's on fire.
How about that? Colin Daly with another tray. He's got 7 points.
I'm going to him every time down the floor, Harry. Every time.
I don't think he's going to get another chance. Oh, he comes up almost with a steal. Kayea gives it up. Trey Moss bangs it off the back iron. Rebounded, though, by Boggs, and a whistle, and ball goes out of bounds. Touch last by Temple.
Daly's getting some MVP chatter around here.
Easy. Well, this is, you talk about making memories.
Yes.
He's making some big memories here. Good rebound by Sayers. 40 seconds and change left. Good spin move. Tolbert puts it up through the foul against Jake Boggs. Boggs is a transfer from UNC Wilmington. He's a 6'7" sophomore out of Charlotte. And to the line for 2 will go Sage Tolbert III. Looking for his first points in the afternoon. He's played 11 minutes, 4 rebounds, but no points so far.
Sage
Stays that way.
Sage Tolbert gives Aaron McKee another versatile guy that can guard down low, that can guard the perimeter.
Sage, 30, or check it, he has made 25 of 39 at the line. Well, he missed 2 there. Final half minute. in the final game of the regular season. Temple by 30. Oh, the perfect lob. And the finish by Sam Hines Jr.
That freshman can get up, huh?
Little skywalking there by Sam Hines Jr.
Look at fans telling they trying to get the Marseilles to shoot it. But he's going to coach Aaron McKee something to hold the ball.
Yep, 18 seconds.
Expect the game.
28-point lead. And the bye has been secured for the Temple Owls. They want Sayers to shoot it. Up.
He was looking at Coach McKee. Coach McKee was telling him to hold the ball.
Yeah. And he will. How about